I'm Aaron Atkins. I go by Aero. I'm the head coach. And for Dallas, I think this season is a new start for us. We're excited because we've got new faces on the team. We've got a brand new facility. We've got a big coaching staff. And we've been working very hard to have a great structure for the team, great foundation from in-game, out-of-game, try to make sure we're all prepared so that this new season is a new start. It's a new phase for the Fuel, and we're excited going into it.
At the end of last season, there was a huge uptick in your guys' performance. What was it exactly that you think you honed in on and really kind of helped you find your groove and find your presence in the Overwatch League?
Yeah, well, the biggest thing going into Stage 4 with Dallas was trust and teamwork. I think was more important in specifically that meta than any other meta, because of the introduction of Brigida kind of flipped everything on its head, and so it became a lot more about teamwork, how you work together to interact, and focusing specifically on the interactions between players and the trust they have in game and out of game was my main focus for Stage 4. So I think it worked pretty well. Made stage playoffs, right? So I think that's
good enough.
Good enough.
Excellent. So going into this first stage, we have 2 new characters introduced since the end of the season, and that's kind of shaken up things a little bit as well. How are you guys feeling about this meta, and have you kind of locked in on what's going to work for you with 2 new characters added into it?
I think this meta is going to be interesting because there's a lot of stuff kind of going on in scrims that's not necessarily what people are going to expect. So I think whatever happens in week 1 and the things that show as like the strongest things in week 1 will end up being what the meta actually is. So we are particularly confident. I think a lot of the comps that people expect and don't expect, I think we've been excelling at. So so long as we can keep that rolling on stage, I think it'll be really interesting. So.
Excellent. So you mentioned this kind of being a new start for you guys that you've been really working internally. Can you tell me a little bit about what that looks like? What does that kind of restructuring and refocusing on whatever your current mission statement is? What does that look like for you guys?
Yeah. So right now, one of the main things I focused on was the day-to-day, like basic level. We have the new practice facility, which has the desks and the whole practice area for the players is just like the stage, exact dimensions of the desks, the setups, the headsets, everything. Just so that way, when we're on stage, it feels like home. And then with the coaching staff, we're working on all the little things, the fundamentals of the gameplay. Not just talking about strategy, or not just talking about little mistakes we make here and there. It's about every aspect of the play, both in the moment, like on the fly coaching and work, and then also like after review, that kind of stuff. So the whole thing is working on foundation, the basics, up from there. So all of those things kind of combined, I think, is really what defines us having that new chapter for us.
So for you guys, how does this change in your new norm, as it were, feel internally with the team? Is there just a kind of a different feeling, a different air about the team when they get together and when they do these practices, or does it feel just kind of like a new focused direction, or what is that like?
I mean, the goal is always to win, obviously. Compared to last year, obviously the team feels like more a family than an actual. Of course, we're a team, but we're like a real good family. We trust each other. We want to win with each other. We want to lose with each other. Like, we're a team, so we want to be with each other and like improve together. And the goal for this season is obviously to do it's not going to be hard to do better than last year. Last year we were lacking trust, we were lacking confidence in ourselves. This season is a completely different season. We need to put that season in the past because we need to move on from that and just focus on this year's goal, which is winning and improving as a team. So how much of the changes that you've gone through have been kind of internal, and how much has come from observations of gameplay style, maybe the different kind of setups that other teams may have? How much of it is external observation as compared to internal idea, management and brainstorming?
A lot of those changes came from my time during Stage 4. The first few weeks was really focused on seeing how it actually operates. And I think a lot of teams in general had a lot to work on with just structure of day-to-day scheduling, support, all that kind of stuff. And when I spoke with our owner, Mike, we both kind of agreed that we wanted to take this thing not just as this esports thing people are doing, but we wanted it to be professional. We wanted to. I wanted to model it as close to like NBA staffing structure and support structure as we could, because I felt like it translates most directly in that traditional sport to this one. So a lot of that was between Mike and I deciding, like, this is the direction we want to go. We want it to be professional. We want to have a focus on mental health and physical health and everything, controlling everything. So that way, the only thing the players have to worry about is playing. And so we decided to go that direction, and we have a lot of influencers to help us with that.
So as we know, social media never sleeps, and recently we saw some really awesome highlights, or like hype videos rather, come out of the Dallas camp. So what's the fan response to this been like, this kind of new re-envisioning of what Dallas can be, and how is that different than what the fan interactions have been in the past?
Yeah, I think the fan interactions have been, the most recent one, we have, I'll say we have more coming out, but the most recent one, I think the interactions were very positive, because that message we're trying to show is like, we want to talk a little bit about what happened before so everyone kind of understands, but also, but more importantly, point to the future, because that's what we're focused on. And so, that difference of, this happened, it is what it is, but now we're focused on the positive, and now we're focused on, the new fuel, as we say. So I think it's been positive, and I think it'll continue to be positive. So.
Excellent. All right, so just to close it out, you guys have some of the most passionate, if not the most passionate fans in the entire league. Do you have any parting words for them to get them ready for next week and seeing you guys in your newest best selves?
Yeah. I want to say thank you to everyone that supported us. I mean, in the hard times and the good times, like, it means so much that we do have such passionate fans, because they push us to be better. We want to do right by them, and so to you guys out there, thank you so much, and it means the world that you continue to cheer for us. So thank you.